Hey yo interneters, welcome back to another video. And so he mentioned that I should learn the palm spin into the fingerless thumb around, and so that's what we're going to be learning today. So here's a quick video of Penspinning Central doing the palm spin into the fingerless thumb around. So make sure you go and check Penspinning Central videos and channels out. He had a pretty decent one on there, and so I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description below. And so for you to do the palm spin to the fingerless thumb around, there are a couple things that you need to know. The first thing is to do the thumb around, or at least know how to do the thumb around, to know how to do the palm spin and to do the fingerless thumb around. So for the palm spin and the fingerless thumb around, I made videos on those, so I'll leave them up there somewhere. So if you want to go check them out, please do. So for me, I know how to do all three of this at a decent level, and so I think learning this trick is gonna be a piece of cake. It's gonna be a piece of cake. So yeah, that's exactly what I told myself when I was struggling, okay, while I was learning this trick, just, you know, to boost my morale, and that's exactly what I meant. Yeah. So when I say I struggled with this trick, I mean I literally struggled a lot for this trick. I spent an hour straight trying to learn the palm spin into the fingerless thumb around, and within that whole hour of learning it, I had zero progress. I didn't gain anything from it. When I'm trying to do the palm spin, I could do the palm spin, the thumb around into the palm spin, it works. But then when I try to do the motion to actually get the pin to fly, to spin around my thumb, it wouldn't work. And then after that, I became conscious about, like, you know, trying to get the pin to actually spin around my thumb. So when I'm doing the palm spin, I'm thinking about doing the fingerless thumb around, and so then when I'm thinking like that, my pin would actually just roll on top of my thumb. Roll on top of my palm, and then it would just fall. And so, like, when I'm trying to consciously think about doing the palm spin correctly, I mess up on the motion to do the fingerless thumb around. And when I'm thinking about trying to do the fingerless thumb around, I mess up on the palm spin. And so this went on for, like I mentioned, an hour. And then after that, I didn't gain any progress. And so I became a little bit frustrated after not being able to progress any. And so when you're getting frustrated when you're learning, the best thing to do is to take a break. And we're back at it again. So what I ended up doing was I researched more videos on how people doing the palm spin and watching the video more closely, and then I found more tutorials on that. And so after I watched the tutorial and videos on people doing the palm spin into a fingerless thumb around, I noticed one thing. In the videos, the pin spinners were actually consistently having the pin spin on top of a specific section of their palm, and that section is right below your index and your middle finger, and there's this like small square shape you can make around it, and within that area these pin spinners are spinning the pin right around that area. They don't spin it outside of that. And that's when I realized, for me, my pin spinning was actually all over the place. When I spin the pin, it's everywhere on the palm. And so this is when I realized, in my previous pin spinning video, I did mention that I couldn't get the consistency down on my palm. I think this was one of my main problems as to why I'm dropping the pin so much. I went back and started practicing the palm spin again, but this time just the palm spin. I wanted to practice to where I could get the palm to consistently spin on top of my palm. And so I spent close to about another hour before I got the consistency down to actually get the pin to spin on top of my palm on that one section of my palm. For those of you that are wondering how I managed to get the pin to actually start to spin consistently on that one spot of my palm, here are the three things that I did. So the first thing I did was I started to hold the pin at different positions. And so the first position I did was I hold the pin and it's vertically pointing down, close to pointing down at the ground. And eventually I change it up, I move it slightly up a little until I got to where the pin was almost parallel to the ground. And also I started to change how I hold the pin as well, in terms of where I position my fingers. For my pin, it has a line in the middle of the pin, and that's basically saying that that's the center point of my pin. And how you can find out your center point of the pin is wherever you place your pin on your finger to try to balance it, and right when the pin is perfectly balanced on your finger, you can tell that that's where, hey, that's the center point of your pin. Once you find that out, I place my index finger slightly above the center point, and I take my middle finger and I place it slightly below that, and my thumb is placed on the opposite side of where my index is, and I'm holding the pin horizontal. So the second thing I started to play around with the pin was how strong I spin the pin around my thumb into my palm. And you take the pin and you spin it really weak, then the pin won't make it to your palm. And then if you take the pin and you spin it too hard or too strong, the pin will fly away and off your hand, and it will go past your palm. The last thing I started to tweak around was how fast or how slow I turn my palm once after I do the pin spin around my thumb. I learned that if you turn your palm too early, the pin will go flying off your thumb. And if you spin it too late, the pin will actually spin and hit the index part of your finger. And so the tip of the pin will actually spin and hit your index finger if you turn too late, and then it will just fall off. So you have to turn it like right at the same time. When you figure out what's most comfortable for you by changing the angle and holding the pin position and actually how strong or how weak you should spin the pin, then this is how it would work. You would take the pin and then you would do a thumb around, and that center point of the pin should roll all the way around your thumb, and you could feel the pin touch your thumb and roll all the way around. And once when it gets to the other side of your thumb, you would turn your palm, and then after that the pin should land on top of the small part of your thumb. And you have to pay very close attention to the center point of the pin. It has to go all the way around your thumb. And if the center point is off and not like on your thumb, then I notice for me, the pin will start to spin erratically or uncontrollably, and it will spin mostly on the outside of my palm. So for me, I control the center point of the pin to where it rolls all the way around my thumb, and then after that, I'll turn my palm, and the pin will naturally just curve in. The center point of the pin will curve into your palm, and that's when I got to get the pin to spin on top of the area below my index finger. With all of that was just to get the palm spin to just spin on top of a section of your palm. We still got the other half to go. Once you got the palm spin down consistently and have it roll on top of your palm on that square section I pointed out earlier, all you have to do is do a forward flick motion with your thumb. And this forward flick motion is basically the same flick motion you do for the fingerless thumb around. Doing the forward flick motion, you have to slightly turn your palm slightly to its side while you do a forward flick motion. And this is just purely all about getting the timing down, and that just takes practice. For me, it took an extra 30 minutes. As I practiced this for 30 minutes, in the beginning, I was struggling with the flick, and eventually, over time, I managed to do the palm spin to a fingerless thumb around every now and then it started to become more frequent that I'm able to do it, and eventually, I'm able to do the trick 3 times in a row. Just to give you a better angle, this is how it looks like with kind of like my perspective. At the end, it took me 6 hours, 8 minutes, and 42 seconds, and I dropped the pin 6,695 times before I'm able to do the palm spin to a fingerless thumb around. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more future videos like this. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.